Stop scrolling. You might be spending coins worth over $400,000. Stop scrolling. You might be spending coins worth over $400,000 without even realizing it. In this video from Wheat Pennies in Circulation, we expose the top 3 most valuable Wheat Pennies rare coins that are still hiding in everyday change. These coins are not just old, they are hidden treasure coins, silent fortune, and real auction shock pieces that collectors are fighting for right now. We break down the 1,940 wheat penny, 1,936 wheat penny, and 1,957 wheat penny with no mint mark. Coins that look ordinary but could be life-changing opportunities. These are the exact coins people ignore, lose, and spend daily, while serious collectors quietly pay huge money to own them. Do not spend these coins. Check your pocket now. Check your jar, because if you have one, you're not holding spare change, you're holding a fortune. This is not fiction. This is real hidden wealth in circulation. Watch till the end, because the last coin changes everything. Now imagine this. You're about to pay for something. You reach into your pocket, and you pull out a simple, dark brown penny. Nothing special, right? Wrong, because that exact coin could be a 1,940 wheat penny with no mint mark. And if it is, you could be holding over $120,000 in the palm of your hand. This is not fiction. This is real. And people are losing this kind of money every single day. The 1,940 wheat penny came from a time when the United States was under serious pressure. The world was on edge, global tensions were rising, and the economy was still recovering from the Great Depression. Mints were pushing hard to produce coins quickly, efficiently, and in massive numbers. But here's the twist. When production ramps up under stress, mistakes happen, variations happen, and sometimes rare treasures slip into circulation unnoticed. This specific 1,940 wheat penny with no mint mark means it was struck in Philadelphia, but don't let that fool you. The lack of a mint mark is exactly what makes certain versions of this coin extremely desirable. Because within those millions produced, only a small number survived in very fine condition with original surfaces, untouched, uncleaned, and naturally aged. And let's talk about what this coin actually looks like, because this is where things get intense. The front, the obverse, shows Abraham Lincoln, but not in a shiny, perfect way. No, this one has a deep, dark brown tone, almost chocolate-like, with grey-black marks spreading across the surface. To most people, that looks like damage. But to collectors, that's history. That's authenticity. That's original toning. And original toning is everything. Flip it over to the reverse. Those classic wheat stalks on both sides, and along the edges, you'll notice that same grey-black shading creeping in. That edge toning, that's not dirt. That's age. That's time captured in metal. And collectors, they obsess over this, because it proves the coin hasn't been cleaned, altered, or messed with. And listen very carefully. The moment you clean a coin like this, you destroy its value instantly. Do not clean this coin. Ever. Now hold this coin in your hand for a second. It weighs about 3.11 grams. Its diameter, around 19 millimeters. Thickness, just under 1.5 millimeters. Small, light, easy to ignore, easy to spend. And that's exactly why people lose fortunes without even realizing it. This coin is made mostly of copper, about 95%, mixed with a small amount of tin and zinc. That composition gives it that rich brown tone over time. But here's the thing. Coins that survive with that original metal surface intact, without corrosion, without cleaning, without damage, those are the ones collectors go crazy for. And this one? in very fine condition, that means the details are still strong. Lincoln's face is clear. The wheat lines are visible. The lettering is sharp. It's been in circulation, yes, but it survived. And survival like that, it's rare. Very rare. Collectors don't just want this coin, they hunt it. Quietly. Aggressively. Behind closed doors. In auctions where bids climb fast and silently. People don't sell these easily. They hold them. Because they know demand is rising and supply is shrinking. Every year, more of these coins are lost, damaged, or destroyed. And the few that remain, their value climbs higher and higher. Today's market value for this specific coin, around $120 300th, let that sink in. For a penny, a coin people toss into jars, leave in drawers, or spend without thinking. So check your coins. Look for that 1940 date. Look for no mint mark. Look for that dark brown color, those gray-black marks, that natural aging. And if you find one, do not spend this coin. Get it professionally graded. Protect it, because this is not just a coin. This is a hidden treasure. This is silent fortune. This is life-changing money hiding in plain sight. But don't relax yet, because what comes next is even bigger, even rarer, and even more shocking. The next coin? People are literally throwing it away, and collectors are secretly paying a fortune for it. Stay with me, because this next one changes everything. Now listen, this is where things start getting dangerous. Because the next coin I'm about to reveal, people are literally spending it, dropping it, ignoring it, while collectors are quietly paying over $140,000 to get their hands on it. I'm not joking. This is not hype. This is real. And if you miss this, you could be throwing away a silent fortune without even knowing it. Picture this. You're going through some old coins, maybe from a drawer or a jar that's been sitting there for years. You spot a 1936 wheat penny. No mint mark. Dark brown, almost dull, with black spots scattered across both sides. Most people, they toss it aside. They think it's worn out, dirty, worth nothing. But that exact moment, that exact mistake, is how hidden treasures disappear forever. Because that 1936 wheat penny you're ignoring could be worth $140,100 today. Yes, for a single penny. This coin is not just rare. It's a silent piece of American history, born during one of the most intense economic recovery periods the country had ever seen. Back in 1936, the United States was still climbing out of the Great Depression. Jobs were unstable, money was tight, and every coin mattered. The U.S. Mint was under pressure to produce massive amounts of currency to keep the economy moving. And when that kind of pressure hits, something happens. Small variations, subtle differences, rare survivors. They begin to appear. And most of them? They vanish into circulation, unnoticed. This 1936 wheat penny with no mint mark came out of Philadelphia, and while millions were made, only a tiny fraction survived in extra-fine condition with original surfaces intact. That's the key. Not just the year, not just the mint mark, but the condition, the untouched history, the story written on its surface. Look at the obverse. Abraham Lincoln's profile is still strong, still detailed, but the color? That deep dark brown, almost like aged bronze, with black spots scattered across the surface. Those spots, most people think they're flaws. But collectors, they see originality. They see untouched metal. They see proof that this coin has lived nearly a century without being cleaned or destroyed. Turn it over, and the reverse tells the same story. Those iconic wheat stalks standing tall on both sides, framing the words 1 cent. And along the surface, those same black spots, that same age toning, especially around the edges. This is where things get serious. Because that natural toning, that's what collectors crave. That's what makes this coin authentic. And if you clean it, even once, you wipe away that history forever. You destroy the value instantly. So hear me clearly, do not clean this coin. Hold it in your hand. Feel how small it is. About 3.11 grams, roughly 19 millimeters across, just about 1.5 millimeters thick. It feels like nothing, like something you'd spend without thinking. And that's exactly why people are losing thousands, because they don't realize what they're holding. This coin is made from 95% copper with a mix of tin and zinc. Over time, that composition reacts with the environment, creating that deep brown color and those dark spots. But only coins that remain untouched, unpolished, unaltered, keep that natural look. And those are the coins collectors fight for. And let me tell you something about collectors. They don't play around with coins like this. When a true 1936 no mint mark wheat penny in extra fine condition shows up at auction, the room changes. Bidding gets quiet, focused, intense. People don't shout, they calculate. They wait. And then suddenly, the price jumps. Fast, aggressive. Because everyone in that room knows this coin is special. And here's the scary part. Most of these coins are gone, lost, damaged, cleaned, destroyed by people who didn't know better. That's why the demand keeps rising and the supply keeps shrinking. Every year, fewer and fewer of these survive in original condition. And the ones that do, they become more valuable, more desirable, more powerful as a form of quiet wealth. So what should you be looking for? That 1936 date. No mint mark under the year. A deep brown color, not shiny, not polished. Black spots on both the front and the back. Strong details, especially in Lincoln's face and the wheat lines. And most importantly, originality. If it looks too clean, too perfect, it's probably been damaged. And if you think you've found one, stop right there. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Do not try to fix it. Get it professionally graded. Because one wrong move and that $140,100 value could drop to almost nothing. This coin is not just metal. It's not just history. It's a hidden treasure, a silent fortune sitting in plain sight. People are losing it every single day, and they have no idea. But don't go anywhere, because the next coin, the final one, is on a completely different level. Rarer, more shocking, and far more dangerous to ignore. This last coin, if you have it, you're not just holding money, you're holding a life-changing opportunity that almost nobody sees coming. Stay with me, because this is where everything changes. Here we are, the final coin, the one almost nobody sees coming. This is the moment where people either wake up or they keep losing money without even realizing it. Because this coin right here, it looks newer, more common, less important. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous. People spend it every single day. No hesitation, no second thought, and just like that, a hidden treasure disappears forever. I need you to imagine this. You're handed change, and sitting right there is a 1957 wheat penny. No mint mark. Dark brown, but with something strange. Rusty red tones mixed in, and grey-black spots scattered across both sides. It doesn't shine. It doesn't stand out. It looks old, worn, ordinary. But what if I told you that exact coin could be worth $130,700 today? This is not fiction. This is real money. This is quiet wealth, hiding in plain sight. Now here's what makes 1957 so powerful. This was the final era, before the wheat penny design was about to disappear forever. The US was booming after World War II. Industries were expanding, money was moving fast, and the mint was producing coins at massive speed to keep up with demand. But when production runs that high, quality control starts to slip, and subtle variations begin to slip through unnoticed. This 1957 wheat penny with no mint mark came out of Philadelphia, and while millions were struck, very few survived in true fine condition with original, untouched surfaces. Most were used hard, spent over and over again, worn down, cleaned, or completely destroyed. And that's why finding one today, with its natural aging still intact, that's where the value explodes. Look closely at the obverse. Abraham Lincoln's face is still there, but softened by time. The dark brown color dominates, but then you see it, those rusty red hints blending into the surface, mixed with gray-black spotting. That combination is not random. That's decades of natural oxidation. That's the metal reacting slowly over time, untouched, unpolished, unaltered. And collectors, they don't just like that. They chase it. Flip it over to the reverse. Those wheat stalks still framing the coin, but now the edges carry that same gray-black tone, almost like a shadow creeping in from the sides. The center holds that aged brown, while the outer edges tell a different story. That contrast, that uneven toning, that raw, natural look, that's exactly what makes this coin feel alive. And more importantly, it proves one thing: this coin hasn't been cleaned. And listen, this is critical. The moment someone tries to clean this coin to make it look better, they destroy everything. The color changes. The surface gets damaged. The history gets erased. And just like that, a six-figure coin turns into almost nothing. So hear me clearly, do not clean this coin. Ever. Now feel it in your hand. It's small, lightweight, about 3.11 grams, around 19 millimeters in diameter, roughly 1.5 millimeters thick. Nothing about it screams value. Nothing about it warns you. And that's why it's so easy to lose. That's why people spend it without thinking, because it feels like every other penny. But it's not. This coin is made from 95% copper, with tin and zinc mixed in. Over time, that copper develops those deep brown tones. And when exposed to different environments, it creates those rusty red hues and gray-black spots. But here's the key. Only coins that are left untouched, never cleaned, never polished, develop that authentic look collectors demand. And demand is exactly what drives this coin into serious money territory. Because when a real 1957 no mint mark wheat penny in fine condition shows up in the collector world, things get intense. Bidders don't laugh at it. They don't ignore it. They lock in, quietly, aggressively. The room gets still, and then the numbers start climbing. Because everyone there knows coins like this are disappearing. Every year, fewer survive. Every year, more are lost to damage, cleaning, or simple ignorance. And the ones that remain, they become more valuable, more powerful, more desirable. This is not just a coin anymore. This is a stored piece of wealth, a silent fortune that grows as others vanish. Right now, this coin sits around $130,700 in today's market. Let that hit you. Over $100,000 for something people still carry in their pockets, still drop on counters, still leave in jars without a second thought. So what should you do? Start checking. Look for 1957th. Look for no mint mark. Look for that dark brown base with rusty red tones and grey-black spotting. Look for coins that don't look perfect, but look real, aged, untouched. That's where the treasure hides. And if you find one, stop immediately. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Get it professionally graded. Protect it, because one wrong move, one careless decision, and that life-changing opportunity disappears forever. This coin is not just a penny. It's not just old metal. This coin is a hidden treasure, worth serious money, a quiet form of wealth that most people will never understand because they never stop long enough to look. And now you know, 3 coins, 3 silent fortunes, hiding in plain sight, being spent every single day. So the real question is, how many have already slipped through your hands?